And we are back. And welcome, finally, the return of the Young and the Washed. Woo! I am your hostess with the mostest, Young Petty Crocker, Young Petty Murphy, a.k.a. Fat Face Fabio. And, ooh, girl, we got the vaccine, but he's still look cute with the mask off. And with me as always is...
It's your favorite light skin. I know you all miss me. Just for this episode, I went and did the eyebrows because, Seabiscuit with the brows. Exactly. And, of course, we have our main man here, of course, the walk-on wizard. Look at these curls, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. It's, wow.
Just not a lace front.
Immaculate.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And before we get kicked off, we did do some Young and the Wash awards at the end of a couple episodes ago before we took our little 8-month hiatus because, Josh's little hootie patootie ass wants to catch the Rona.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. For everybody DMing me and Travis wondering, we only planned on a 4-week break.
Yeah.
And then I got to breathe every air. Josh just actually went down to the local park and had 5-year-olds spit in his mouth. That's how he ended up with COVID.
Oh, my God.
Their parents were there. They signed a form. Don't worry.
It's like that South Park episode when they sign it, or they sign it, and then they sign what they can do, and then they can do anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we did miss an award because we had an episode that didn't go out, and Travis wasn't here, and it was chaos. Me and Josh were just dicking around. So we did miss an award, but I do have something to present to Travis.
What?
So
What'd I do?
This podcast was doing great in the beginning, being held down. I felt like, Russell Westbrook. And Trav was acting like a real Jeff Green. And by that, I mean not doing shit.
Wow.
And then magically, this nigga became James Harden on the fucking Rockets.
Not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs. So for that, we present to Travis.
Wow.
The most valuable comeback player.
That's so lit. It really says
Young
it.
and the Wash
It says it.
2020 to 1 TD Gardner.
No way.
We didn't have much of a budget. So we sprung for this.
Holy.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Show the camera.
Hey, camera. I just want you to really see. This really says most valuable comeback player, Young and the Wash, 2020 TD Gardner. Hey. It was hard for me. I won't. This is my speech. It was hard in the beginning. Especially because I had to come out of my shell and pretend like I'm not light skinned, as Zoe would say. Stop being a bitch. And it took some time. Took some good people to talk to me. But yeah, I think there was a turnaround. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to do this now every Saturday and put on a little show and hang out and talk that shit. And wow, this means a lot, guys. This is beautiful. This is hilarious.
Well deserved.
All 2021, we will be torching you motherfuckers. But when it is time to praise people, we will give them their flowers while they are still here.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, before we go into quick hitters, I just want to, a moment to think about Larry King and Hank Aaron, who we lost in the last 24 hours.
Couple
Two
legends.
men who literally arguably shake the fabric of this show, through civil rights and just broadcasting in general. So, I would just like to give a shout out for them and every contribution they've done for our lives. And with that getting started, we get back to how we started every fucking epised.
Bang bang.
Let's get it. Okay.
Quick hitters. Let's go.
What has been the biggest surprise of the NFL playoffs so far?
Go ahead.
The 4 quarterbacks who played better than Mitchell Trubisky, who were backups.
Yeah. Biggest surprise?
Yeah, biggest surprise.
I think, I'd say Buffalo, and I remember I was gonna tie that back to one of the first episodes we did, which was surprise team of the NFL, and I said Buffalo. So I'm keeping it there. But also, I will put this big surprise: the no call on the head-to-head contact for the Cleveland. What the hell?
That was crazy.
That was wild.
Yeah. Okay, my answer would be the Buffalo Bills. Like, who saw the Bills being this good?
Technically, Travis, even though he didn't believe in it, I
did.
Travis said it. It was like, I kind of got away from it, and he was like, "Oh, well, I was right." This guy.
All right, if you could live in any TV show, which one would you choose?
Family Guy.
Time out. I follow. Shout out to RDC1 Supreme Dreams. They have a thing about this. They actually have like a little skit. And think about where you're going to live. You want to live in Quahog?
I would
random chickens running around killing people. Random cutaways of niggas just getting murked.
I have
subliminal racism.
I have told one of my best friends that like I seriously saw my life like being like a Family Guy episode, and I want it to be like that. Like when you go to the bar and you all have the same guys, and you guys talk that shit and end up doing something completely dumb, and then you just do it every single day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love to be in Family Guy.
I like that. What's your answer, Zoe?
Or The Office, special honorable mention.
I was gonna pick The Office.
I would love to work with all of them, especially.
I would probably say Community would be one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because I never finished school, so that would be funny. And I'm gonna be the only black guy on Friends because Friends needs a black guy. So I'm gonna be the only black guy on Friends. That shit don't make no sense to me. You in New York City, not even a Puerto Rican.
But special detail there too. I would love to work at the office and live in that with Michael Scott. But even more for me, I would love to work there when Robert California is the manager. That guy is such a weirdo. I love it.
I would want to work in the warehouse with my boy Craig. Yeah, I'm a warehouse guy for sure.
All right, is LaMelo already better than Lonzo?
No, but potentially.
He's coming.
But has potential, yeah.
I mean, he's gonna. This sounds crazy, but follow me here. He's gonna be better, but Lonzo Ball, if he's having a little slump this year, I think it hurts that Drew Holiday's not there. Like, Eric Bledsoe ain't Drew Holiday. He's good, but he's not. Lonzo Ball will be a missing piece on a championship team one day. Like, he will be the final.
I could
piece.
see that.
Like,
he's good.
Because I feel like
he's good.
Me personally, I think the most important role, like, no, they say like a backup QB is the most important role on a football team. I think the backup point guard is the most important. Because if your quarterback goes down, he's coaching and has to be able to play.
Rajon Rondo proved it with
exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna fit that role. Like, I think he's gonna be serviceable everywhere, but then one day you're gonna wake up and be like, oh, he's like so and so. Rondo, JJ Barea, Fred VanVleet, like one of those guys. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
That's a good point. All right, if you could have the life of one entertainer, which one would you choose?
You can go for that. I got
Entertainer. Charlie Sheen.
Sorry for my ignorance here. What are we saying for entertainment?
That's what I think about.
Anybody that's in the world of entertainment, music, acting.
So not sports, saying like actual
an actual like entertainer.
Yeah, I think.
Does Jamie Foxx count?
AIDS. Yeah, Jamie Foxx would count. He's an actor.
For sure.
He's actually all of those.
But I don't know if I'd want to live his. You said live lifestyle, right?
Live his lifestyle, yeah.
You don't want Katie Holmes?
I
take back Charlie Sheen because he got the HIV, and I'm not really about the HIV. Yeah, but pre-HIV.
That guy.
Yeah, Carlos Estevez pre-HIV. Oh God, he was out here in the streets.
I just want to be Jamie Foxx. You know what? Entertainer.
I was gonna say Justin
You know what?
Timberlake,
Entertainer as of right now. Screw it. Nick Merckx. I'm really Twitch. He's on Twitch. He does gaming, and I watch a lot of Nick Merckx, and I think he's funny, and I love video games and how he connects with the people like on the chat. Like, it's just super funny, and I would love to do that.
I'm picking Drake, bro. I'm picking Drake.
Wow, that's
that. You know what though? I wouldn't do Drake because I would want to be an entertainer who my beefs aren't public. Like, that's like a thing, because then you also have to go through that.
Yeah,
like, if you're gonna be that person, like, that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to be Charlie Sheen. Like, damn, that's hard.
Yeah, I'm Nick Merckx. I'm a gamer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, damn, all the old bitches. Oh God.
About The Rock.
I thought about that. I
don't want to be The Rock. I don't have to wake up that early. I don't want to be that. Like, I wouldn't want to be The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart.
Does Ocho Cinco count as an entertainer right now?
He does dance.
He does other things, yes.
Yeah, now dope. I would say, like the Ocho Cinco now.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you also got a DV charge. You got to think about that. You got to hold that DV charge down. All right, next.
Who's your least favorite current athlete?
I'll
answer this question for me. Kyrie Irving. Cannot stand Kyrie Irving.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of on an anti-Kyrie right now, but I hate to be against. Like, you know how people are twisting the media right now. Like, oh, you don't really know who he is. Like, for me, it's the principality of it. You know, but yeah, he's annoying to me right now as well.
It was Draymond Green, but
I have more respect for him. Yeah,
I'm starting to like him a little bit more. Okay, you know who it is, and he doesn't even play anymore. But I love it. I love the show he's on, but he's got to just shut the fuck up sometimes. And it's two of them. And I love them, but like they got Shaq and Chuck got to shut the fuck up sometimes, dude.
Dude, Shaq came across so bad with the Donovan Mitchell thing.
And here's the thing: we've all said it. He's sensitive. Shaq is sensitive,
super sensitive.
And I feel like sometimes he projects his sensitivity onto other people. The way he tries to validate things before he says it. He's like, I just want you to know I said this. And as someone who's a person who will say something behind your back only because I know I'm going to say it to your face, I get what he's trying to do there.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. Don't act surprised when people one word you or they act a certain way. Like, we get it. You're the big Aristotle. We get it, Chuck. Like, you're the greatest to arguably never have a ring. Steve Nash might fight you on that, but we're just gonna. It is what it is. But at some point, it's just like it keeps the game interesting. I get it. It's for the show, but at one point, it's just like, how sensitive are you? Like, how did this many people love you guys as teammates and you're this sensitive?
Yeah.
Like, if the old NBA, how are you part of that old rough and tough NBA, and now you're emotionally softer than the players who are physically playing? Like, you talk about them and you talk about all these different things, but it's just kind of like, bro, like, how would you act now? Like, if it's this soft and now you're older and you're acting this soft in this era, then how, like,
I think he was just trying to push him.
I
think he was just trying to push him, and it just didn't come off right in a sense, But I know what he's doing, and in a way, I don't think he's wrong. Like,
I don't think he's wrong either.
I don't think like in a sense that I think Spida has the potential to be kind of one of those guys, but I mean in a sense we thought he was going to be that guy now 2 years running, and he just hasn't taken that next step. So like I just
feel like constantly berating people. And then letting beefs die like the Dwight Howard, and then bringing them back up, and then letting them die.
Yeah.
Now, like, your word doesn't hold as much weight anymore. Because now it's not like, oh, Shaq pulled me aside or Shaq called me out. Like, Rudy Gobert should be hyped because that nigga's a bum. Like,
I just thought of an athlete
I don't care.
I hate.
Rudy Gobert's a bum. I'm going to say it. The greatest, worst player of all time. Like, the best 81 in 2K I've ever seen. But, like, yeah, Rudy Gobert should be hyped about that. But if I'm like Donovan Mitchell and all these other guys, like, bro, like, Shaq, I get it. You're that guy. But there's no more big men. Like, if you were on my team, I wouldn't even pass you the ball, my guy. Shut the fuck up. If I'm them, I'm not saying me. But, like, yeah, Shaq wants to give me advice on how to do this, I'd be all for it. But if I'm on the court and we're playing the same game, I wouldn't listen to him at this point because it's like, what are you doing for me? What facilities have you been in? What team have you been around? Which big men have you helped that are currently dominating? You do everything to expose every big man's flaws, but you're not Tim Duncan or any of these other greats that are helping dudes on
That's
the
a good
side.
point.
That's a very good point.
That's a valid point there.
Maybe he's doing it behind closed doors.
He's
and we
not.
Don't know.
I don't think he is.
But like, I'll say this: we saw Blake Griffin came back, worked with Tim Duncan one summer, and shot the ball just like him.
Yeah,
I have yet to see one person. Like
a lot of great players that work with guys. Kobe worked with Giannis, and a lot of other guys.
Yeah, and
Shaq
Kobe,
has never done
guys
that.
That's
true.
Hakeem Olajuwon works with guys.
Yeah, exactly. And there's guys who don't like working with other guys who at least set dudes aside. Like, I get it. Shaq has a busy schedule: 46 commercials, 200 shows, 19 kids. Great guy, probably. But like, you're just judging people for no reason.
Yeah.
You know literally nothing about them. You're talking about games. This man had no clue who Christian Wood was. And
I saw that.
That was bad.
No,
too,
but here's the thing. It's okay for him not to know who Christian Wood is. I'm not mad at that. He started 19 games last year. I knew who he was, but that's because of fantasy basketball. If it wasn't for that, I arguably would.
You're not an average fan.
Yeah, I think Christian Wood handled it perfectly. Yeah,
He did. He called him an average fan.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But it's like, bro, but don't say Christian Wood got waived like 3 times. He was on that Mavs summer league team that won the year before the Lakers won the summer league. But then when Shaq says, "Oh, he doesn't have the talent like that," you don't get to dictate or call out someone's talent if you know nothing about them.
Facts.
Them getting waived 4 times had nothing to do with talent. Sometimes it's placement. The Mavs had 3 centers who were all better than Christian Wood at the time, and clearly something worked. So it can't just be talent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's bullshit. You're just talking out your ass.
100%.
Does Jake Paul count?
Yeah,
Fuck
that'd
him.
be a good one.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
If that counts, then for
Fuck
sure.
him.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Okay, what is your
Jake
best?
Paul, Josh Palais fight? Ooh.
He'd kick my ass.
Yeah, he would.
He's the real JP.
No, never.
JP,
never that.
JP versus JP coming to you live on Thriller.com.
All right, what is your best feature?
No, I'm joking. My insightfulness and my calves.
Okay. What about you, Travis? Your eyebrows?
Are we talking about physically or
Anything?
anything? I'd say, you know what? Funny wise, we'll go with the brows. I'd say it's, in a sense, like, it sounds stupid, but like my softness, like how much I care, and like how I have the ability to feel what other feel for someone
Empathy,
else. Yeah,
I think
like
is the
type
word.
of empathy. Yeah.
That's good. All right. Who has had a better career, Steph Curry or KD?
God.
Steph Curry, because because everything's going to come down to the unanimous. I think like when you draw the line, like talent-wise, KD's by far a better talent. But the difference is when you leave the game, it's kind of like when we had like back to being a Mavs fan, the Tim Duncan Dirk debate. like Tim Duncan's a better player, I guess, but impact on the game, Dirk has a higher impact. Like he gave a move,
100%.
like he changed the style. Steph changed the style of the game. Like don't get me wrong, Kevin Durant is giving taller guys confidence, but it's not necessarily the game is changing, not necessarily the style. Like I guess it's a style, but the game was evolving in that direction anyway. Steph just started pulling up from nowhere. Like I mean, there's guys who can shoot deep, but like consistently, like from 40. Like
I agree. I'm gonna go Steph on this one. And for me, the main thing for the reason why I know the word is better, but the reason why I'll give Steph the thing too is because KD went to Steph's team to win rings. So
after Steph 3-1 that year.
Exactly. So yeah.
Who is the funniest female alive?
Damn, I saw a lot of funny females.
You'd be good at this one.
I like Natasha Leggero. She's pretty funny.
She does the roast, yeah.
Yeah, she does those.
She's
Nikki
good.
Glaser is fucking hilarious.
She's funny too. Amy Schumer?
Nah. Amy Schumer was funny to me at one point.
She's kind of funny.
Okay, you know what I'm going to say? And this is funny because she's not a comedian, but like, she's kind of like a dorky little, like she's kind of dorky and she's like a sports commentator. And I respect her being herself.
Mina Khan?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Bro, she is fucking hilarious.
She is pretty funny.
Like, my mom has always said, like, the number one thing you can do when, like, you're on the outside, like, you're the inside of a group that you should be on the outside of, is be yourself. So people at least know who you are. So they can move and operate accordingly. You're not hiding. You're not pretending to be someone you're not. She's like an analytics person who's like a dork.
Yeah.
But she's in this space where all these, like, fucking meathead jock guys, and they're like, oh, you got to feel the game. And she holds it down. She's not going to get in screaming fights with them. She's going to say her dorky little comments. And she brings up, and she doesn't over numbers you, which I enjoy, but she's fucking hilarious.
She's almost like the female Pablo Torres.
Yeah, Pablo Torres.
I love Pablo Torres.
Yeah, dude, no, when
they're together, they're hilarious.
I just watched Highly Questionable yesterday because you know, shouts to the god Dan Le Batard, he's gone. You know that show was kind of whatever when he was on there towards the end, but he's good. But it was just Mina, Pablo, and Katie Nolan, and Mina kind of stills the floor. Like, but I like it when it's all three of them. Like she shines better around them.
She is funny,
but she's funny, dude.
That's
like
funny,
she's
too.
really funny.
I like that. All right, I'm done with quick hitters. You have anything else to add?
So because we have missed so much time because Josh wanted to stick his dick in a COVID applesauce, we have. I have a list of things that I believe should be stopped during 2021, and a list of things that we've missed in the 6 weeks that we've been gone. Do you guys want me to go with what we should stop doing going into this year, or what we missed so far?
Stop doing.
Stop canceling people. Okay? Stop pushing people out. Sometimes people say things and they don't realize they're offending, and instead of doing that, we should educate them. I.e. the Nick Cannon thing. Nick Cannon did something horrible. He said some stupid shit around someone who was known as someone who was anti-Semitic, so I get the point. But what I thought was really good is that people like Julian Edelman offered to bring him in and
that was
allow
good.
him to understand the error of his ways. Sometimes people just think what they're disputing or like what they're saying is a fact, and they don't realize it's wrong. And here's the thing: if you only know that to be a fact, then how are you going to be corrected if everyone just pounces on you and no one corrects
That's
you?
a good point. I like that.
Yeah, like stop canceling people. 2, niggas stop wearing other men's jewelry. I hate looking.
People do that?
I hate looking online. I get it. If you're a rapper and you want to put up like the 2 chains, like me and this boy, we're good. We got a collab coming, or like me and Trav got like different chains from different sets, and we're trying to show like we ended beef or something. Yeah, I might rock that dude's chain for a moment, or he might just give me one. I know we aren't in the tax bracket to probably be making this call. But stop wearing it. I don't even like niggas borrowing my shoes. Like, come on, man.
True.
I
didn't know people even did that.
Don't lose your mind when the outside opens back up, please. Because then it's going to shut right back down. We're going to do a thing. And I'm going to say this one. And I know we don't like to get serious here. Niggas, keep your hands to yourselves. You going to be outside? A lot of y'all just turned 21 during COVID. You ain't been outside. You ain't seen no females. A lot of y'all are itching to fuck. And I get it. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. All right?
Women's rights here.
Yeah, like, you know, just cause niggas were nasty in the house. I can't imagine we go back outside.
You been to American Junkie?
Bro.
You know
how many cases are about to come out of Mavericks when PB opens back up?
Oh my god.
Also, I would like to thank everyone who didn't nominate me for a push-up challenge ever last year. Thank you.
Wait, what was the push-up challenge?
Do you remember the push-up challenges?
Yes.
What was it?
Like, just nominate someone. I got a good 12 in me without stopping. Like, that's a lot for a dude. I got 12. I can bust out. I did 12 the other day. I was pretty
You
high.
don't got 15?
I don't know. I almost died.
Come on.
I got to 8 and stopped breathing. Hey, I'm a big dude though. 12
That's
is solid.
true. Josh, how many push-ups you got in you right now? Like, if you just like just nonstop,
Like 60.
you can do 60 in a row.
Yeah. Hey, Zo, do the push-ups on the table right now.
Yeah.
On the table.
Dead
I'm
ass. Right
now.
longer than the
Dead
table.
ass.
Who cares?
I'm not doing push-ups.
Do the push-up
Do
on the
it.
table right now.
Do 12 push-ups.
On the table?
On the table.
You guys can record me after the pod doing 12 push-ups.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not
Hey,
gonna
you heard it
happen.
here.
It's not going to happen. And finally, for things we need to leave in the past, stop doing it for the gram. No one gives a fuck about your gram. We're on the gram. No one seems to care about your gram. If your gram was that popping, guess what you wouldn't have to do it for?
Clout chase.
The gram. And in other news, everything we missed since we've been gone.
Okay.
At any point, fellas, feel free to stop me.
Okay.
Got it.
Snoop Dogg versus Eminem. The Knicks might actually be good.
Yes.
Nate Robinson.
Ah, sad.
Chan Gailey got fired twice.
Who was that again?
Who's that?
The OC from the Dolphins. You guys don't remember this? This was like a
No.
couple weeks ago. He stepped down, then they said he didn't step down, and then they fired him.
Oh,
the next
wow.
day. Yeah,
He
it was-
would. He refused to step down.
No. They said it. They said he stepped down, and then they were like, "No, he didn't quit." And then apparently they fired him the next
Interesting.
day, which is fucked up because he's like 70 years old. Like you can't do that to Chan Gailey. I think he's old. The Jets fucked up and won 2 games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucked it up.
Beat the
They
Rams.
sat on the Golden Boy.
Fuck. Markelle Fultz tore his ACL, which makes me
Yeah,
a
that
little
was
sad. He was
sad.
actually trying
That
to
was
get back
sad.
to it. Joe Exotics didn't get the pardon after he
I
got all-
never watched Tiger King because it looked like crap to me anyways, but I'm glad.
I tweeted this, and I'm going to stand by this. Don't think I forgot you motherfuckers were out here watching Tiger King and fighting over fucking toilet paper this time last year.
Yeah, for real, for
You guys
real.
are fucking nasty. Act like you got some fucking common sense. Drake pushed his album back.
Yeah.
Shocker.
I'm going to save this one. Hold on. Big Ben and Russell Wilson had a complete collapse.
Yeah, huge collapse.
They their whole bodies broke down like fucking Lego pieces. We learned, I'll say this, we learned that women actually enjoy maybe getting dressed for themselves. Because I hate that, we get dressed for us, blah, blah, blah. But the Busset Challenge kind of makes me feel like, even though they're showing off the niggas,
God, I love that
the amount of
challenge.
effort it takes to put that much makeup on just for like a 7-second TikTok, I'm going to say they're doing it for themselves.
Hey, yo,
I'm going to kind of throw
I
it
like
out
to
there.
comment on that and just piggyback off what you're saying. Ladies, if you want to continue that bust it down, feel yourself because most of you are doing a damn good job.
I've seen like
Damn good
I've
job.
seen like even chicks I know that aren't that bad. I'm like,
Damn good.
I should have hit you up in April last year. Let's see what happened. What else do we have here? Josh gets COVID every other week last year.
Yeah. I mean, kind of obvious one, but it's kind of on a serious tip. But yeah, we had one of the worst days in our national history of the storming of the Capitol. That's crazy. Yeah.
This is
Wild.
America is very ghetto right now. I'm just throwing that out there.
They said that we're like the third world country with a Gucci belt on or something like that.
we're basically like the chick with a Birkin with nothing inside of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. What else do we have on here? Rounding off, we have the U.S. junior team smacked the fuck out of Canada in the championships for hockey.
Yes, they did.
Canada was on a 41-4 goal scored on
That's
run
wild.
going into the championship game. I have been told via sources, aka my brother's friend who keeps up with hockey, that they have potentially 13 either current or future first rounders for the NHL on that Canadian juniors team.
Damn.
And we come out 2-0 out here miracling it. It's supposed to be Canada's best juniors team ever. And I know our country's in turmoil, but if there's one thing America can always get behind is smacking the shit out of someone else's flag. Hell yeah. Hell
yeah, brother.
I don't care who my president is. I don't care who my head of state is. I don't care who my first lady is. If you put on that jersey and you go up against some dude from Ghana, I'm cheering you on.
Facts.
Because that's the least I can do. Now, when you step home on soil, we can argue about any political topics you want. But as long as their national anthem is getting played right after ours, I hope we smack the shit out of them.
Facts.
And last but not least, even though we talked about it, second to last but not least, Antonio Brown may have been right about Juju. He may have been right.
Yeah.
Which I'm also going to bring into we always say Ben Roethlisberger gets weapons. Are we ever going to talk about the fact that Steelers draft nothing but distractions at the wide receiver position? Martavius Bryant, Juju. Everyone
he
forgets
was
the
good.
Emmanuel Sanders exit.
Chase Claypool.
Like, yeah, he's still running his mouth like. I'm just saying, great talents, amazing
yeah,
talents,
really.
but they have all have been distractions at that position. I don't know who the wide receivers coach is, but that man is not getting paid enough. And last but not least, because Travis wanted to talk about it, the end to the illustrious career of one Felipe Rios, a.k.a. Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Yes.
I thought about this and no.
Why?
What moment or distinctive stat does he have that separates him from the cream of the crop of his contemporaries?
I'll let you answer the question, Travis.
What does he have? Matt Ryan's even got an MVP.
So for me, this is how I say it. This is how I would explain it to the people and everyone here. Like, the reason why I think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. Do I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer? No. And that's where I think a lot of the people who say he's not a Hall of Famer are trying to get at. But what I would say that he's a Hall of Famer, and this you cannot deny, in almost every statistical category of the quarterback position, he's pretty much in the top 10. He's in like top 5 and like or top 10 and touchdowns, yards, completions, like it's in like all that other, all that other crap. I mean, it's just like you can't deny that he puts up Hall of Famer numbers.
So wait, you're saying that his numbers are so good career-wise, you can't deny that he's a Hall of Famer, even though he never had that one Super Bowl appearance?
Even though he never had the Hall of Famer.
Has he ever been a top 5 quarterback in this league more than 2 years?
I would say
I give him maybe.
I would say
yes,
probably 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah,
he was 7. Or we'll go 14 because he's on the bench 3 years.
Yeah.
So in 14 years as a starter, he was only top 5 twice.
But he also played in the golden era of quarterbacks. We have to give him that.
Okay, but I'll say this though, and if that case, what Travis said is bullshit, then because then stats are inflated because they're throwing the ball more. If he's playing in the golden age of quarterbacks, if that's the case, then it didn't.
I can't change the game.
They are. It's not his fault though.
No, it's not.
Hate the player.
But if he's gonna use that to boost his argument, and you're gonna say that to boost yours, then we got to look at the hypocrisy of like, if that's the era we're in, it's like it's no different than like any other sport. Like LaMelo Ball looks cooler, but I'll say this. It's a little easier to get a triple-double now than it was before.
100%.
Not saying it's taken away from anything LaMelo Ball or Phillip Rivers has done, but when the game changes, some people are beneficiaries of the change of time.
I completely agree.
And I think he is somewhat – and my thing is like this. I know it sucks because he's got Hall of Famers around him. Like, he's played with 3, like a minimum 3. Lorenzo –
LT and Gates.
LT and Gates, yeah. He's got 3. I don't know if they're ever going to give Lorenzo his.
He should.
Yeah, I think he should be in the Hall before Phillip Rivers. I'm going to throw that one out there. But besides the point, I want Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame because then I know Matt Ryan's making it. But to be honest with you, if neither one of them made it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Would you say he is the 7th best quarterback of his era? So I'll give you the 6 that people are saying are ahead of him, okay? Mm-hmm. You're going to have Tom Brady.
Of course.
Peyton Manning. Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees. Ben Roethlisberger. Eli Manning.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's because of the Bowls.
Eli Manning.
No.
Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls.
Fuck him.
That doesn't mean anything to you.
It does, unfortunately, but damn, fuck him.
You have to give it over Phillip. I love Phillip. I told you he's my favorite player. You got
okay. How about this? Outside of those, I mean, obviously, I'm nitpicking here for like outside of those 2 Super Bowls. If he didn't win those Super Bowls, would you still take Eli Manning over?
Hell
Phillip?
no.
No, but those
I know, and I'm nitpicking.
That's
why I said. That's why I said I nitpicked. I nitpicked, and that's why.
Well, that's why I said
it's hard for me.
His career record's 500.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I really do think.
Hard.
And I know this is like me being a homer, but I do think the statistical argument should be the Matt Ryan argument because it's like 2 dudes who constantly are looking outside the top 5. You know what I mean? And I think the only distinguishing accolade that Matt Ryan has is the MVP. I mean, they both have Pro Bowls to a certain degree, but it's like at the end of the day, what separates you when you get in a room with these top tier guys and they're all joking around, and Eli's like, I got 2 on Tom. Tom's like, I got 6. Kurt Warner's like, damn, I beat Tom. Ben Roethlisberger is like, I beat that and a rape case. Like what?
Sheesh.
Like even Matt Ryan can walk in with like the Super Bowl sucked, but I blew out Mr. Discount double check in the dome the last game. Who does Phillip Rivers in this room talk shit to? Because if everyone's telling war stories,
Peyton
Manning, dog.
He did have his number.
Give him that. He
what about
owned Peyton Manning.
What about playing consistency like the Iron Man shit?
I'm gonna throw this one out there, and I know this is for like my special teams nerds. Mike Cyphers won that game. Phillip Rivers didn't. Peyton Manning started inside the 20, if I'm not mistaken, 6 times in one of those playoff games. If that's not a testament to the punting, you're going to be the greatest quarterback ever. But if you got to go 80 yards 6 times, you're probably going to lose. I'm just throwing that one out
3
there.
phases to the game. You
There
and you got to win them all.
is.
Special teams is one of those ones.
I understand that, and I get it. He played without an ACL. Don't get me wrong. I do want Philip to go. I do want him to go. I'm just saying, what war story is he gonna tell? When everyone's sitting in a room,
What's his defining moment? He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
And to get to what we get paid the bills to do, give our sports opinion and talk about how you niggas ain't shit.
Facts. Big facts.
We're gonna do 2 early predictions, awards, anything like that for the NBA, and then we'll close out the show with some NFL talk, I believe.
Sounds good.
A bold statement, not bold statement.
Bold.
I want to throw in Dante DiVincenzo as, I think I said this before, as a candidate for most improved player already.
Okay.
And I think I said this.
Who's he playing for again?
Milwaukee.
Yeah, the white boy from, where'd he go? Villanova?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I said this. Yeah, he was on Jalen Brunson's team. I think I said this last year when they were sucking, like when the Bucks were or towards the end of the playoffs. But I think they brought in Drew Holiday and all them, and I think it's only going to help him just get wide open looks, you know. But yeah, I've been a big fan of his for a while, and I think the steps are finally getting there. It's his 3rd season. Usually when players come around, because they're going to pick up your 5th-year option this year if they like you. So I feel like he's trying to play himself into a little bit of bread, because that 5th-year option compared to what you made before, that could be 3-4 times what your contract is.
This is comeback player?
No.
Most improved?
Most improved.
My pick for most improved.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, we are only,
Yeah.
17 games in.
Yeah.
Some people I know the Mavs, we've lost 6 rotation players to COVID. They haven't played 8 games because of COVID. So it's gonna be kind of hard to gauge some of these awards right now because most teams haven't been full strength. You know.
Please.
My most improved would be Jeremy Grant. This guy was not that great.
Yeah.
With the Thunder.
He was an athlete.
Went to the Nuggets, got a little bit better.
Yeah.
Bet on himself and was I'm gonna be the number 1 guy on the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And he's balling right now.
No, he is. He's balling.
I have a question though. Back to when we had Luis here. Shouts to let's go. When we had Luis here, he spoke on the freedom of just playing.
Yes.
And I think every stop he's just gotten more and more freedom. I don't think I mean arguably he's getting better. You know, the team's better, so he's competing more at practice, I would assume. Don't know. And it's you're in one of those not hostile, but one of those people are really working. They have a goal here. And I think he's got to Detroit. He's trying to change the culture a little bit, I guess, I would assume. But I feel like he's just getting more touches. I think it just really comes down to. I don't think he would have been. Now, if he leaves OKC and goes straight to Detroit, I don't think he is this good right now.
Yeah,
but
no, probably
I'm
not.
just saying the confidence and more touches. I don't even know if he technically got that much better as opposed to getting more looks. You know,
that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's correct because this guy's always been good, but this is more for me a recognition. But Julius Randle for the Knicks.
I have been saying this for a minute.
Because we've
Can I
always
change my answer?
Because he's always been good. But he's on the Knicks, and now the Knicks have the number one ranked defense in the league, and they're out here balling.
He's an all-star,
dude. Exactly,
up.
dude. Straight up.
We had this conversation last year. I said Julius Randle is going to be a snub for an all-star, and he was snubbed last year. This year, you can't deny it.
No,
if the Knicks go 500, miss playoffs, go 500, he should be an all-star.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
That's a great one.
Okay, what's your next word?
MVP. I have a mild hot take. And Itch is going to win MVP. I don't know if it's Jokic or Doncic, but one of them white boys is getting MVP.
I didn't know Durant's name end with Itch.
Durant has.
I got one different for you guys too.
Hey, there's 72 games, and Durant's going to need to at least play 59 to get MVP.
Okay.
And I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
There's going to be a break in between COVID, which will help him in his injury process. But my thing is like this: I saw Luka Doncic in one quarter last night put up 19-5-5.
Woo!
19.
He's a bad boy.
If my career stats were 19-5-5.
I'm nice as fuck.
You know whose career stats are 19-5-5? Eddie Jones's career stats aren't even 19, and he's a baller.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and Jokic is, and don't get me wrong, Denver looks like absolute dog shit. The Mavs are 1 game over 500 because once again we've lost 4 to 6 players to COVID, but
took a while to get Porzingis back too.
Yeah, we missed him for a little bit, but we're 500, missing 3 starters. We're both 5. So I'm just saying, Jokic, Doncic. I think we're gonna get the first white MVP since Steve Nash. They're hooping.
I got your hot take here, and Zoe, you're not gonna like this one, but he's actually.
You say Paul George? Paul George?
Nope. And this guy's actually been arguably leading in the MVP and one of the leaders in the MVP race right now. Joel Embiid. if you've been watching basketball and consistently staying up with it, Joel Embiid has been putting up stupid numbers.
He has,
and are the only reason why really that the Philly is in it like that. Like they're top 3 in the East or something like that. At one point they were number 1. Man's balling. So I know you weren't gonna like that one, but the stats don't lie.
he is balling.
They don't lie.
Garbage.
Bro, I can bring up. I have him in my fantasy right now. He's in like the top 2 in MVP race right now.
Yeah.
Well, will he do it when
Who
it
knows?
matters?
Who knows? I know. That's what I say right now. This is why this whole segment way too early predictions.
I guess yes, true. Like, let's have fun. Let me not rain on your parade.
Yeah.
It's just.
I know you hate him. That's why I said
No.
like-
I will say this one. This one, even though I went on that right earlier, I'm with Shaq on this one. I'll say this. Joel Embiid is leading the league in percentages of mid-range jump shots. He's actually in front of Steph Curry, which
That's wild.
Yeah, I just saw that random stat. But I've been lied to so long. If my girl, if I take her back all the time.
How do you view
and she
all the
keeps-
stats?
And me?
Yeah, how do you view all of them on this?
Well, you're on our fantasy app.
Yeah, I know.
So that's not gonna.
Oh, it's not going to show all the way?
Yeah, the stats for the season.
Yeah.
It says on the very top over his game log.
Oh my God. Oh, sheesh.
Read them off.
Yeah, so he's averaging 27, a block, a steal, 2 assists, and 11 boards a game on 31 minutes a game.
Oh, he's not the MVP by any means. That's not even close.
But he's the best. He has the best team in the East. I mean, it means something.
It does.
There's a top record in the East on the best team.
That's
Like
me
just
being-
2 games ago, he dropped 42 and 18.
Yeah.
Do they give awards for being a pretty ugly nigga?
He is ugly.
I am the prettiest ugly nigga in the world, Josh, and no one's ever given me an award for that. So we're gonna give that nigga an award.
He's not. Kevin Durant's my MVP.
I like it.
Yeah.
I respect all the everyone who said. I'm just saying, just another one to
Yeah.
throw out there. Get the brain churning.
Oh, all right, let's go. Defensive player of the year.
Anthony Davis.
Anybody on the Cavs.
Andre Drummond.
Yeah, I said anybody on the Cavs.
Good one.
I do feel bad that he had 33 and 23, and then the next night they went and traded for Jared Allen. I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The
I think it's
Cavs,
because they're gonna cut JaVale.
the Cavs defense
Facts.
is top 5 right now.
It is.
Their offense is also one of the top 5
Second
bottom.
worst. Second worst in the league.
Like the Nets one doesn't surprise me. Everyone was like, "Oh," but I'm like, if a team has no like camaraderie or like no, they don't know how to play with each other, and you're going up against a defensive team like this, and we know the term defense turns into offense. It
does.
makes sense that they lost back-to-back games to them, especially when they're missing a star each night. Like that doesn't make. Or no, did they have all 3?
They had all 3 the first time. That's why it was
either way,
crazy.
like, they haven't played together. Like them lose. Like you can't attack the paint when you have no timing, and you go from Andre Drummond to Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Like you,
Those are
like,
bodies.
yeah,
Bodies
there's
in
no
the
drop
league.
off.
bodies, bro,
Bodies.
bodies.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, that's fucking insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, whoever is on the Cavs that actually, you know what, Colin Sexton for most improved, arguably. We'll see what happens.
That's a good one.
That's
a great
just a
one.
watch
Yeah.
list. Just a watch list. That might be me in the moment right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it might be a
could
little
be,
too
could
easy.
be.
But yeah, just me in the moment. But yeah, anybody, I'm with Josh. Anybody on the Cavs who wants to take Defensive Player of the Year, feel free to take that because that's crazy. Shit, Larry Nance can get it. He's leading the
Honestly,
league.
he's
he's
really
leading the
good,
league
too.
in steals.
Yeah.
Like they have Andre Drummond,
crazy.
Jared Allen, and Larry Nance Jr. leading the league in steals. That's the most useless amount of defense ever. Like that defense is so good for them to be averaging 82 points a
And
game.
they were dummy trash last year too. So yeah.
They're dummy trash this year. They just stopped you from doing it. They're losing games
Yeah.
99 to 101.
Oh, okay.
What else? 6 man.
Six man.
Oh, LaMelo Ball. He should. Okay. By the way, let me interject.
That's all right.
I'm not mad at
A rookie should never win 6 man of the year. It makes no. If you think about it, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if he's that good as a 6 man, he should be starting.
No. I don't believe that to be true. I
be
think,
like Lil
I
Will.
think sometimes you're drafted into situations.
You be like the microwave.
Because think about it. What would be a good example?
You can't tell me Miles Bridges should be taking his
you
minutes.
know why that? You know why that's not applicable to what you're saying? Because it's all about how you're drafted and where you're drafted. Like, think about this: the Celtics had all those Nets picks, and the Nets were supposed to be good, and the Nets ended up being dog shit. So those Nets picks for the Celtics were high picks. You know what I mean? At any moment, they could have gotten a stud who accidentally became 6 man of the year. The Celtics had opportunities. Like, granted, they got Jason Tatum. They turned these picks into bigger things, but they could have easily sat back and got Donovan Mitchell, and he would have ended up being their 6 man. You know what I mean? It's all about, like, I think it's about draft capital and where you are in the draft. Now, if you only have a second-round pick and that second-round pick becomes a 6-man, that's fucking crazy. But it's like when the Celtics won the championship and then they get who they get the next year? It wasn't Larry Bird they got the next year. The Celtics won the championship and they end up getting, God, I forget who they draft.
Kevin McHale.
Yeah, they get Kevin McHale.
sheesh.
So here's my thing: who ends up winning a 6-man eventually in his career. But my thing is like this: if you're loaded and you just get blessed enough trade value wise into things, it's not that like crazy to me.
But the difference is that was a good team. The Hornets aren't good. And he was the third pick of the draft.
Okay, only good, but also to say so, you never know who the superstar of that team is going to be. Like the only good player on that team could be the only guy in front of you.
Well, I got who was going to win it before they got her anyways. So I have the answer. LeVert.
Yeah, Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I don't think is he hurt her yet? Have
No,
they figured out?
they found a mass on his kidney.
Paris
But they
and
don't know.
Karis LeVert.
I have him on my team. I still have him. I don't know.
He did say something that was he had a very good outlook on the trade. He said this
Yeah.
trade might have saved my life.
It might have.
And you know what? That's a great way to. I mean,
That's a man. That's a man.
That's a man. Like you prioritize, and that's being a professional.
Yeah.
Like don't bitch about it. Clearly he was hurt because I don't understand on God's green earth why he traded him or why
Houston didn't want him.
that right
makes
there.
no sense.
And that's gonna bring me.
And
That's gonna bring us to the next NBA thing that we kind of brought up a little bit earlier.
What, can I ask one quick word question?
Yeah.
Who's the most overrated player in the league?
Overrated?
Like he gets way too much hype.
Let's get to churning here.
I want to say James Harden, but
Jamal Murray.
Is he really overrated?
gets way too much-
Who's giving him
Because of the bubble, people are like, oh,
who's giving him credit?
Look, because in the NBA you have to be really good with 2 or 3 good players. Denver's not good because he's not good. Like Jokic is balling. Michael Porter Jr.'s been hurt. Jamal Murray's just not that guy, bro. Like
But
straight
the
up.
thing is, though, when it's time to be that guy in the words of Travis, button time, that man might have the strongest button I've seen in a minute.
The drop off can't be that bad for the regular season.
You know, but I feel like I feel like it's hard to judge these guys because there's no fans, and maybe he needed the fans to get going, and maybe in the bubble it was just like a pickup game, and that's why he was able to drop these 50 pieces and stuff. And I know those ideas contradict themselves, but I think they can work for both ways depending on how you want to view it. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not gonna lie.
This may be controversial. Draymond Green. Are people giving him enough love?
He's not a rated anymore, though.
Yeah, he's not
Okay,
rated.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's
You
trash.
said Jamal Murray. Once again, I think this man should have shut up when he talked to him, but I believe he was right.
You say Donovan Mitchell?
Yes, I think Shaq.
I knew that was going
And
to come.
here's the thing: I don't think Donovan Mitchell's bad. I just think he's
Overrated.
overrated. Yeah, like he's good. But he's like, in my opinion, not gonna be an All-Star this year. Won't make an All-NBA team. The Jazz will probably be the 4th seed in the West, as they should be. They're a good team. They're coached well. Quinn Snyder's out here doing his thing. I think, yeah, Quinn Snyder. They're out here doing their thing. But Shaq brought up one thing: is like, what else do you do?
Yeah.
He doesn't get steals like that.
No.
He's not a rebounding guard like that. He can assist. but
I
the
need
offense
27. I need
No, but
27, 28
the
a
thing.
night.
I need more than that.
5
I'll say
rebounds,
this,
6
like,
rebounds.
God rest his soul. We always argued that Kobe was selfish. Like that was like a thing. Like for the better half of his career, that Kobe's selfish. He was Shea. I looked at Kobe's stats versus that Sacramento Kings playoff series. My man averaged my man averaged like 38, 7, and 5. That's doing more than scoring. Al says,
that
whenever the greats, I just saw like a little flashback thing. It was like going into game 4 though, so I don't know exactly what it was. But my thing is like whenever those guys have to be those guys, and they have to turn it on. Dirk's never averaged 10 rebounds in his career, but in the playoffs, his average is like 11, for the most part. Kobe didn't have those many assists. In the playoffs, all of a sudden, everybody who's wide open, you throw the ball to Ron Artest, hits every wide open shot.
Yeah.
Shaq, to his own admittance, has said, like, I'm a liability on defense at times. Great help defender, but on ball, Shaq can get shook a little
Is
bit.
Giannis overrated?
We've already done that
Yeah,
one.
sorry.
And a little bit.
I'm going to do that just to piss you off.
All right, let's switch then. Who's underrated?
Underrated?
I got one.
Go ahead, please, start me.
Sabonis for the Pacers.
Oh,
bro.
my God. I took him in our
Bro,
draft.
he's arguably, and you're gonna get mad at me for saying this. He's arguably right now a top 10 player in the NBA.
No,
okay.
I know
he,
this.
He doesn't get any
I
credit.
know
No,
this.
but
I
you-
drafted him way early, and no one saw this
We
coming.
talked about this last year during the playoff situation because remember he couldn't play. Do you guys? I asked you guys this question before. Do you guys remember who Sabonis' daddy is?
Yeah, Arvidas.
Yes, do you know who that is?
Who?
He was the center for that Scottie Pippen Blazers team that went to the Western Conference
Oh,
Finals.
okay.
He been bred for this. Like his daddy was
Sabonis,
cold.
nice.
No, his dad came over old. He was
Yeah,
like one of the
that
best
was the
European
issue.
players of all time.
Yeah, that's the
I'm gonna go Van Fleet too. I'm gonna go Van Fleet on
They're
underrated.
looking rough right now.
I know, but
He's playing good
but
because Siakam's been so bad.
Exactly,
this year.
but Fleet handles.
I'm gonna go. Obviously Julius Randle because we're going.
Yeah, Julius Randle, another one.
I'm trying to think like who's really.
And you can't keep calling Drew Holiday underrated every year. Like he's just a good player at this
No,
point.
but here's the thing though. As long as he
Let me
keeps
just get
getting
that one
this-
off my chest.
But he gets. This is the crazy thing about and this will lead us into our next our NBA. The last part I want to talk about NBA. The storylines we want to follow. Like we kind of went over this before, but like what story? Because I think that's also a big thing. Is like Drew Holiday is said to be underrated, but what everyone's been calling him, like to your point, everyone's been calling him underrated, yet he still gets no awards, no accolades. But yet it seems like everyone knows that he should be getting awards and accolades.
Yeah, they do.
What's the disconnect there? Because that's the part that doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it. I mean, I watched him play against the Lakers, and it was like, I can see it, but he does nothing on the court that's going to make you go like, wow.
Whoa.
Bro, I saw the Mavs play the Bucks a couple, like we lost by 3, like maybe last Friday. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when he chose to play defense on Luka, he
might be the best on ball defender in the
bro
league.
I've ever seen in my life. I kid you not. Like Eric Bledsoe has longer arms, Kawhi Leonard is more athletic, but it's like now they say like Luka when he's on offense he slows it down and it looks like he's just going through the motions when everyone else is going like a million miles per hour. When I watch Drew Holiday play defense, that's what I feel like. That they call screens, he's just big step over the screen, spin move under the screen. You don't even get your shot up, on ball, hand down, cutting off. Like he's a clinic, and it's like Drew Holiday must suck because he must feel like a kicker on an average team. Like, if he does his job, no one gives a fuck. But if they lose, nobody gives. Like, he can have the greatest game of his life, and no one gives a shit. He doesn't get an all-star vote. It doesn't make sense.
The public doesn't see defense.
Dude,
Of course not.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
We're bred for offense.
Yeah.
In every sport, we're bred for offense.
It's not like he's a slouch on offense. He's just been around guys who are that guy.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, except for Philly, when he was allowed to be that guy, he's been one of those guys who rarely in this era has a post player who's always dominant. He had Anthony Davis. He has Giannis. Philly, it was him, Michael Carter Williams.
God, Michael Carter
running
Williams.
around with Nerlens Noels. He was allowed to show. He was allowed to show
Your face.
Oh,
That's
God.
such a bad team.
You're talking to a guy who supports a team that traded a first round pick for Nerlens Noels, bro. Trust me.
Facts.
Big disgusting. But yeah. But to round this out, what are some of the narratives that you guys want to be paying attention to?
The Nets.
closely?
I want to see if the Nets are that team, which I don't think they are, by the way.
I-
You just can't have no bench and win.
I'll
bro.
build off of that. The East. I want to see how the top four in the East do. This whole, not so much new Phillies,
Who's your top four?
But this dominant Philly team, Boston, Milwaukee, and Nets.
So you're taking Miami and Toronto out?
I'm taking them out.
They're too banged up right now.
Indiana, you're taking out?
Taking out.
I want to see how this how these COVID games obviously play out without being without even going into detail with that. This little break, that's the All-Star break, but it's kind of like a little bit weirder because they haven't even released the second half of the schedule for the season because they have to make up these games. So with that sorry, I apologize, guys. I know you don't want to hear me burp on the mic. With that being said, though, I think the thing that I'm most curious about is, especially with this free agency this year is supposed to be the
crazy 2020 for
We already saw the trades last year, like in the off season, towards the end of right before the trade deadline, go a little bananas. I want to see if they make that trade deadline after this little gap, and you get guys healthy, guys are moving around a little bit more. You got to see guys that actually play a couple of games. I want to see what these trades look like because it's gonna be crazy. I think this year is the year like we've already had the great trades. Like we've seen John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden all get moved in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
In a 3-week span of each other? I can't remember that much shuffling. And I know John Wall maybe shouldn't be at the pedigree of these other guys, but that's crazy.
It is.
And I want to see what my man Steven Silas does with the Rockets. Because they're in a very I like to call it the Miami Dolphins zone, where they suck, but they have the option to get better. And they're in the situation that they can get good. They could turn this shit around fairly soon. Not immediately, but they could be like the Boston Celtics, where I think the Celtics missed playoffs 1 year. We're right back in it. I think the Houston Rockets, I'm not going to say they're going to get back in it because it's the West.
Yeah.
But I think this time
That's
next year
hard.
they can be playing competitive basketball again.
Okay.
They're not going to be forgotten about.
I like that.
Yeah.